what's up? So I'm super excited about today's video because it is a tutorial on this look right here. It is the Dewy Finish foundation, which is like my everyday look. I love to look dewy and hydrated just because I have super dry skin. So yeah, this skin that you're seeing right here, total lie. It is 100% dewy products that make me look so dewy and so hydrated. So I just love to look dewy just because, like I said, I am very dry, and this is a tutorial on how to get this look using all drugstore products. So anybody that doesn't want to spend high dollar on makeup just because you know you're a simple person, you like to throw on a little bit of foundation and be done with it, this is the video for you guys. So I am using a lot of products from NYX, L'Oreal, and Maybelline. Those are my three main makeup brands that I buy from the drugstores. So I am super excited to be doing this tutorial for you guys. This is a Dewy Finish foundation routine with drugstore products. So if you want to see a matte finish foundation routine with the drugstore products, let me know because I do have those products. I just did the Dewy Finish for you guys today because this is my go-to look every day. So yeah. Also, I just want to let you guys know the sponge that you guys see me using in my video, the blending sponge here, I bought this, I want to say at Walgreens. It was either Walgreens or CVS, but I also have this beauty blender right here, and it is from Sephora, and I love them both the same. This one right now looks a little bit bigger just because it's wet, and this one is a little bit smaller. I have to clean them both. I just recently fell in love with beauty blenders, so if you guys have any tricks on how you clean them, lately I've just been using like my brush spray. I'll get them wet under the faucet, and I'll spray my brush spray in them, and I'll squeeze them real good, and you know, I just kind of clean them off on a towel. So if anybody out there has any suggestions on how to keep your beauty blenders really nice and clean, please let me know because I've got to obviously learn that. I've just recently fallen in love with my beauty blenders. So another thing that I use today from the drugstore that I absolutely love are all the e.l.f. products. I use the CoverGirl products. And like I said, as I go, I'll first of all, I'll list them all below just like I do in every single one of my videos, but throughout the tutorial, as I use things, I'll let you guys know what they are, and I try my best to show them to you guys. And I think that is it. I want to say thank you all that are watching this. Also, okay, so I cannot watch my videos. I am fine filming them and fine doing my voiceovers, but when it comes to actually sitting down and watching my videos, rarely. Like, it never happens. It's just so weird for me to watch myself talk on camera. I don't know why. I can't. So anyway, so the other day I forced myself. I was like, okay, so I never sit down and I never watch my videos start to finish after they're all done and they're uploaded on all that fun stuff. So I decided I was going to sit down and watch one. So I picked my brows and lashes tutorial that I uploaded a couple weeks ago. And as you guys all know, like I've said before, I have a 2-year-old son. So when I film these videos, I either do them when he's napping or he is sitting on the floor either behind me or right next to me, and I give him his Leapfrog tablet and he plays on that the entire time I film. He is fabulous. I got so lucky. He is the best kid ever. Anyways, so at the end of my brows and lashes video, I was horrified because my voiceover, I don't know what happened to it and where it went, but it completely cut off. I'm not talking, it's just like complete silence, except for the fact that my son is singing for you guys in the background. Yes, so my voiceover is gone. Don't know what happened to it, but my son is sitting behind me on his Leapfrog singing as loud as he can. It is the funniest thing ever, and I was so horrified when I first seen it, but I was like, well, the video has been up for like a week now. I can't just take it down. I know people have seen it, so I'm gonna own it and I'm gonna let him be the star of that video. So it is the funniest thing in the world. If you haven't seen that video, definitely check it out because even if you hate the tutorial, my kid singing in the background at the end of it is totally worth watching it. I love him. He is the cutest little thing. But anyways, that is the last thing I have to tell you guys today. I'm gonna stop babbling and I'm going to get straight to the tutorial. As always, if you guys have any questions or comments or, you know, requests for the mattified finish look with the drugstore products, please let me know and I will get that together for you guys. Other than that, I want to thank you guys all for watching, for subscribing, for following any of my pages. I love you all. I would not continue to do these videos if I didn't know you were at home watching them. So yes, thank you very much, you guys. I will see you in my next tutorial and I hope you enjoy this one. Bye, guys. Hey guys! So today the first thing that we're going to do is we are going to make a cocktail out of the NYX Tea Tree Balance Serum and the L'Oreal's Magic Lumi Light Infusing Primer. And we are going to put both of those on the back of our hand and mix them together. And then we are going to apply this all over the face. The Tea Tree serum from NYX is something I personally use every single day after I wash my face. I use it in the mornings, and then after I exfoliate at night, I apply it then as well. The Tea Tree Balance Serum is, to me, I have tried several products. I have very, very sassy skin. It breaks out over everything. This is the first skin balancing serum that I have tried that has not broken me out, and I pay like $6 for it. I usually find mine at Target or at Walgreens or CVS, any drugstore, but you know, I have been in love with this product for a very long time, so I don't see myself switching my serums anytime soon. It's really, really helps balance my skin out, and at the same time, I've never had a reaction. So this is my go-to serum for my face. The L'Oreal Magic Lumi that we're using, that is exactly what it says. It's going to illuminate your skin. It's going to bring a lot of light to your skin. It's going to make you look very hydrated and very dewy, and it's beautiful. I love it just because the way my foundation lays on top of it. If you put this down first, it gives your foundation such a beautiful foundation to lay on that you just glow. No matter if you're doing a dewy look like we're doing or if you like a mattified look, it's going to bring a lot of light to your skin. So now we are doing foundation. I am using my favorite drugstore foundation of life, the L'Oreal True Match Lumi, and I am mixing it with the NYX Liquid Illuminator in the shade Born to Glow. This liquid illuminator is just an option. You do not absolutely have to lay this down with your foundation. However, like I have said before, my skin is incredibly dry, so I like to look super dewy. And at the same time, this does give you a little bit of moisture with your foundation. So I just make a cocktail. I do about 3 pumps of my foundation. And then, like I showed you in my video, I just do kind of like a strip of the illuminator right in with the foundation, and then I mix them together. I am laying my foundation down with the Sigma F80 flat top kabuki brush, and I am just buffing this all over my face. I normally start my foundation down at my jawbone and work my way down my neck with my foundation, and then I go up towards the tops of my cheekbones and up into my forehead just because I like to pull the product downwards. So I use basically whatever foundation is left on my brush when I do the higher parts of my face. And as you can see, this foundation lays on your skin so flawlessly. I also use the Giorgio Armani Luminous Silk Foundation, and there are a lot of days that I grab my L'Oreal Lumi just because it's such a pretty foundation. It's a full coverage foundation, but at the same time, you don't look like you have a ton of makeup on your face. It's just, it's very dewy, and I kind of actually feel when I wear this foundation that it improves my skin, to be honest with you, because when I wash it off, my skin is always real soft afterwards, and I don't know if that's just in my head because I love this foundation so much, or if it actually does improve my skin while I wear it, but this is my go-to foundation. It's either this or the Giorgio Armani foundation that I own, so that tells you a lot, and I think it's like $12 at the drugstore for this foundation. Next, we are concealing and highlighting all at the same time because this product from e.l.f. is so convenient. It is a stick. I think I pay $6 for mine. I always find mine at Target, and on one end it has your concealer. Obviously, you have to pick your shade. I know there's like a light, medium, and just a plain light. I believe I am just a light. However, on the other side, you get your liquid highlighter, and it's the same in every tube. And I just apply that all the way from the inside part of my eye up towards my temple, and I apply a pretty generous amount of each of the concealer and of the highlighter because in a second here we're going to go in with a damp beauty blender and we're going to blend it out, and this does give you a really, really pretty dewy finish. However, it is a very sheer concealer, so that's why I apply a very generous amount. Also, if you really want to make sure your makeup stays looking dewy, you want to make sure that your beauty blender is wet. I have used a beauty blender with it dry, and it does give you a really pretty finish. However, it gives you more of a mattified finish. So the more wet that you make your beauty blender, the more dewy you're going to look. The way I do mine is I just put mine, I always use warm water, and I just squeeze it a couple times underneath of my faucet, and then I wrap a hand towel around it and I give it a couple more squeezes just to make sure any of the excess water that's in there is out. However, I do leave my sponge pretty wet just because I like that super dewy finish. So I take this beauty blender and I blend all of this concealer and this highlighter out, and as you can see, it gives you a really pretty finish, but it's not too thick. So it does sheer out once you start blending it. So now I'm taking the flat part of this beauty blender. My other beauty blender does not have this flat part to it, and I actually like this one a little better, and this is the one I got at Walgreens. My other one I got at Sephora. They're both amazing. However, this one has this flat part, and I am just going in there and I am pressing all of that foundation. I am just blending everything. I'm just doing my face as one. And because, like I said before, this beauty blender is damp, it's going to make your foundation look even more dewy. Now I am going to set my under eye area because I have to. If I do not, I will crease. And then I'm also going to use this powder as a highlighting powder. I am using the Neutragena Mineralized Sheers, the loose powder, and I am in the shade Classic Ivory. And I am applying this all underneath of my eye area, and then I'm just kind of taking it down my nose and setting my forehead as well. And then in a second, you'll see me, I like tap my brush off a little bit, and then I just kind of buff out the rest of my foundation as well. I really, really like to blend. I always tell my clients to blend until your hand hurts, and that is for everything, eyes and face makeup. So I spend a little bit of time here, just kind of setting everything and blending everything. I feel like your makeup always looks better when your foundation is on point. So I really take my time and blend out my foundation and set my liquids. So after I set my under eye area, I did go in and apply my brows. I use the Maybelline Define a Brow in the medium brown. I normally use a shade lighter than this. However, when I went to the store to buy mine this time, they were out of it, so I grabbed this one. And then I showed you the NYX liner. It is just a black liner, and that's what I use to put in my waterline. Now I am going in and I am doing my contour. I do not like a very heavy contour, so I am going in and I am doing this with a very big fluffy brush, and I am just applying my dark color here all around the outsides of my face and underneath of my cheekbones. And I am using, it is called Feme Coutour Mineral Effects. I get mine at Sally's, and I am in the shade Tan. And like I said, I'm just applying this everywhere with a big fluffy brush. I don't like to look too chiseled. Chiseled highlight and contour is very beautiful. I just don't care for one on myself. So I'm just going in and I'm applying this, and then as you can see, I'm kind of patting my product into my skin, and then once most of that product is off of my brush, that's when I go in and I start buffing back and forth, because you don't, like I said, you don't really want any lines. I am so crazy about blending my makeup out, and when you have lines, that's when I kind of feel like your makeup looks very fake and very drawn on. So I really take the time. I think that that is the key, especially when you're doing darker colors, whether it's your crease when you're doing your eyes or your contour when you're doing your face. It's very important that you take the time and really buff it out. Now we are doing blush. I am using the shade Iced Plum in the CoverGirl. I can't even be sure that they still make this color anymore because I have had this blush for so long. I can't even remember where I bought it, and I haven't even hit pan. This is another thing that I love about some drugstore products is you can really find, like, for example, this blush I kind of feel is more pigmented than most of my MAC blushes. A little bit goes a long way. Even though MAC cosmetic products are so pigmented and so creamy, CoverGirl, I find, in blushes anyways, is just the same. So I've had this color, like I said, for so long, and I haven't even hit pan yet, and it's definitely one of my favorite blushes. Now I'm going in and I'm using that same brush that I used for our under eye to set our under eye area with no additional product on that brush whatsoever, and I am just buffing it out. And now I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. I'm applying my makeup here just along my cheekbone, and I am patting that product into my cheekbone, and then I'm kind of working my way upwards. Most of my product obviously is going to be on the peak of my cheekbone, but you want to blend that backwards. Again, you want to blend your products. So, and again, there is my habit going straight down my nose, and now apparently I'm putting it on my forehead as well. And on this side, I'm buffing it out. And then the next thing we're going to go in and do is my favorite, our highlight. Oh wait, just kidding. I forgot to contour the sides of my nose. So we're going to go in and we're going to contour the sides of my nose. I am using the same powder that I used for the rest of my contour. If you don't like to contour your nose, that is, you do you. I love to contour the sides of my nose. This gives your nose, you know, it draws your eye more into the center part of your nose. So if you want to make your nose appear thinner, contouring the sides of your nose is going to do that for you. So now we're going in and we're doing our highlight. I just wiped that brush off and I am going in and I'm using that same brush for my highlight. I am using the Physicians formula. I get mine at Walgreens, I believe, is when I find most of my physician formulas. And this is the translucent powder in the shade Pearl. And I am just popping that all along my cheekbones. I even pop some up onto my brow bone to just give my brow bone a little bit more of a highlight there. I will apply it right at the, you know, the bow of my top lip. I am applying it up around my eyes. I just love this stuff. And like I said, again, I love to look dewy. So I'm just kind of dusting this almost all over my face. And as you can see, I wasn't sure while I was filming this video if the camera was picking up how beautiful this stuff is, but it kind of is. It's, of course, you know, more, you can see it a little bit better in person, but the camera is picking up on it very well. And as you can see, I didn't use that much of the product and it's so glowy and so beautiful. So now I'm going back in and on top of that, I'm just using the brush that I used to apply my blush to blend the highlight and the blush together. I'm telling you, I am so insane about blending. I think it's my biggest pet peeve. When every time I look at somebody's makeup, I always look at the way that they blended it, and it drives me crazy if it's not blended. That sounds so horrible, but I'm so crazy about blending out my makeup that's like the first thing that my eye goes to when I look at somebody's makeup. And no look is complete without lips, so that's what I am doing right now. I am just going in with this, I believe it's called a Chubby Stick from MAC Cosmetics. It came out in a launch that I received for gratis when I worked there. And now I am going in and I'm going to set everything with NYX Dewy Finish setting spray. And I actually should say that I take a shower in it because look at me, like for real. I go through bottles of setting spray. It's ridiculous how quickly. Now I'm just airing my face out and after that you are complete. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.